So these werewolves are part of the abundance, right? Man, I cannot wait to see how we're gonna visit one of these planets that represents the abundance. I guess it's not gonna be pleasant. And back to our point of view. So, hello.
I am glad to finally meet you in person, guests from the Astral Express. I'm Fei Xiao, the general of the Xianzhou Yao Cheng.
Let me introduce our guest to you. The one dressed in green.
He's the reincarnation of Imbibiter Lune, and the person behind him is the newest member of the crew. I've heard a lot about you. Outside the reports from the Law Fu, the Skyfaring Commission of the Yao Qing has also gathered plenty of information about both of you.
Oh no.
I've been eager to meet you face to face for reasons that I'm sure General Jing Yuan has explained, right? That's right. But don't worry, this isn't a trial. I just want to have a chat with you and get a better understanding of the facts. According to General Jing Yuan's report, the Ruin Legion is to blame for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, and all Arbiter Generals should pay attention to the Ruin Author's movements.
Wait, they are Legion and other? Oh yeah. Wait, wasn't it called Other Ways? Other. I can't remember the other part, but oh, it's been very long though.
Over the years, the Destruction's minions have wreaked havoc on countless worlds, and the Alliance has been keeping an eye on them. But no one expected them to join hands with the remnants of the Abundance. The damage caused by the Ambrosial Arbor crisis was far less severe than expected, which is good news for us. However, it was quite different from the Ruin Legion's usual style of destroying life wherever they go. While I trust the bravery of the Divine Foresight and the Nameless, I'm curious about some details missing from the report. I'd like to take this chance to have an exchange with both of you. Let me be clear, the questions I'll ask might not reflect my actual thoughts, so please don't take offense if any of my questions seem a bit harsh.
What
Please
questions?
go ahead, General. But keep in mind, we can only answer based on what we know. And perhaps you already have the answers to your questions in your heart.
You have a clever tongue. I like it.
Oh no, not this again.
So Merlin's claw is quite articulate. Right now, her intentions are unknown, and Jing Yuan wants us to be honest. Maybe I'll just stick to the facts we know.
Oh, not this again. And the fact that you cannot redo it. Oh, I so hate this. Because this is not something to add to the gacha.
Let's cut to the chase. Before the crisis struck, the Astral Express was guided here by a Stellaron hunter, a wanted felon, in an attempt to resolve the Stellaron crisis.
So,
However, everyone in the cosmos knows of the Stellaron hunter's reputation. So, why did you place so much trust in them? Could it be that some of you have a connection with them?
oh no. I'm now kind of conflicted because in the same time I wanted to do this blind, but in the same time I don't want to ruin whatever this is gonna be.
Apart from the Law Fu, there are many other worlds suffering from Stellaron corrosion.
Okay, this
For
works.
example, Urilo 6, the world that the Express stopped at before reaching the Law Fu, was one of them.
Oh, I keep on getting the
To the
creep.
Express, Stellarons act as roadblocks on the Silver Rail and pose risks to the warping process. And that's why dealing with Stellaron issues is part of the duty of the Nameless.
Ah, I've heard about those problems caused by Stellarons. The Express connects various worlds, so it makes sense for you to take care of this. The cosmos is a mess, and the Trailblazers are just doing their best to fix it. I understand. Let's move on to the next question. The report suggests that Don Shu, the master of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, colluded with the Lord Ravager and used the power of the Stellaron to resurrect the Ambrosial Arbor.
Oh yeah, I can remember, huh?
But here's the thing. Don Shu was just a chief alchemist. Even if she colluded with our enemies and summoned the Stellaron, how did she manage to bypass the Videodora guards around the Ambrosial Arbor?
It was because of Ting Yung, or the fake one, right?
I personally met Don Shu
Oh, this
once.
works.
Her closest friend was killed during the war on the Fang Hu, and she harbored deep hatred towards the Hunt. So she spent years making preparations in the Alchemy Commission in order to take revenge on the Xianzhou.
For once, we may win this.
Revenge is also a form of the Hunt. However, that doesn't explain how she managed to bring the Stellaron into the Scale Gorge waterscape, which was guarded by the Videodora.
Well, you should ask Don Shu herself for the answer.
Isn't she dead?
Unfortunately, Don Shu is dead, and even her corpse has crumbled into ash. That's one less clue we can pursue.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, yeah, for a moment I thought, wait, aren't they like immortal, all of them? But then I think even turning to ashes, you still die.
According to the report, Lord Ravager Fantilia is the mastermind behind the entire conspiracy.
Is she? Although, from what we know, that's her style to destroy within.
She disguised herself as an ambassador of the Skyfaring Commission and traveled with you, only to vanish without a trace later on. It seems too convenient to label her as a scapegoat.
Now tells me we wish that didn't happen. Was Fusa? Yeah, she was there. Hello. Again, why aren't these features that you never gonna, at least you do like 3 more accounts and keep them all 3 together?
Fantilia is one of the
We win.
the energy life forms that once fought against the Xianzhou. They're known for their unpredictable and elusive nature.
Just as she said, when the Ambrosial Arbor resurrected, its roots broke through the creation furnace on the Lawfu, accidentally releasing the heliobus fiend fire sealed inside.
But
This
wait,
can be used as circumstantial evidence.
she was already out when that was broken.
If Elder Huai Yen accepts the explanation, so do I.
We win. Was actually this
Oh, it seems that your answers have addressed all my questions.
Oh no, usually when Kama is
Charles,
this low,
I am finished with my questioning.
I don't think she's pleased.
So, what do you think, General Fei Shao? Have the doubts in the report been cleared up?
The two nameless have been honest in their answers. Even though there are some tricky details, my intuition tells me there is nothing wrong. However, the 3 questions I posed earlier were not just for the nameless, but for you too, General Jing Yuan. First, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus grew uninterrupted on the Law Fu, yet the six charioteers were not aware of it. That was a dereliction of duty. Second, you believed in the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy and entrusted outsiders to solve the crisis, even granting them access to the plague mark. That
Oh, yeah.
was a dereliction of responsibility.
Ha-
Third, you insist on holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, putting the Lawfu back in the spotlight. That is a dereliction of wisdom.
Or is some kind of
Merlin's
master plan?
Claw. Is this your line of thinking? Or the Ten Lords?
From the moment I walked in, I made it clear that the questions I'd ask might not reflect my actual thoughts.
The disciples of Sanctus Medicus were deeply rooted and had been plotting for a long time. I admit it was my negligence for not noticing it earlier. As for the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy, I didn't believe all of it, but in the end, the Law Fu did survive the Ambrosial Arbor crisis. So, I think it's safe to say that Elio's prophecy about the future holds some merit. And as for the war dance, do you think I'm unaware of the risks? However, risks can also be opportunities. The Law Fu has lain low for too long. I believe it's time to stir up the dregs hidden in the depths and wash them away once and for all.
Just as I expected from our sophisticated divine foresight. You have a way with words. I like it. But, unfortunately, ever since the report was submitted, the Alliance has been filled with rumors and speculation. Even within the Lawfu, there are people accusing you of neglecting your duties, resulting in the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection.
So what are your thoughts on all of this, General Fei Shao?
As a fellow Arbiter General, I fully understand the difficulties of this position. Personally, I think all these rumors are meaningless drivel. Across the sea of stars, the divine foresight knows better than anyone else what happened on the Lawfu and the meaning behind it. Just as what happened on the Xianzhou Yaoqing recently.
What happened?
You mean the Xianzhou Yaoqing is also...
They have
The
a...
scouts of the Verdant Knights have sent back reports that Borisin are making trouble again. The Borisin packs that were once divided and scattered have started swallowing each other up, forming larger and larger packs. Moreover, there's an entity named Mongus behind it all.
Mangas?
An entity?
According to the report, this entity isn't actually a Borisin. It's a woman claiming to be the messenger of the Master of Immortality. She's described as having 12 faces and 12 pairs of fangs, as cruel as poison, and as elusive as quicksand. The Borisin believe she'll give them a chance to rise again.
12 face? Wait, is this thing new? What in the world did they do to her? Oh, the immortality. Oh no, they're gonna turn her into a boss?
That's Ventilia.
Phew! Phew! Since when did... Was it her just a fireball?
That's right. You're lucky that I'm the one who came this time. If it were the Patina Justice or the Seer Strategist, this conversation might not be so friendly.
Who and who? And you were gonna deal with Fantasia again?
I've always had faith in my instincts, so I don't doubt your good intentions. But the Alliance has its fair share of questions and doubts about the Lawfu. So, my plan is to come up with an acceptable answer to satisfy the Alliance.
What's in this plan, General Fei Shao?
General Jing Yuan, you already know what has to be done. But since you don't want to be the bad guy, I'll take care of it for you.
Huh?
You need the final word from the Ten Lords Commission to quell any doubts. And for that, I'll have to ask the two Nameless to visit the Shackling prison.
Why? Although I kinda know why. Because, but I think it's so late, or this is gonna take a long time.
No, I'm not imprisoning you.
Phew.
While you're there, I'll ask a judge in the Ten Lords Commission's Interrogation Division to record a detailed testimony with the karmic mirror from both of you.
The
We'll
what?
fill in the gaps that weren't covered in the report and silence any protests within the Alliance.
I'm okay with that.
Your willingness to help is truly heartwarming, youngsters.
Then, as the Merlin's Claw requests,
Oh, there's one more thing. This testimony is for silencing the voices of opposition within the Alliance, but I would like to urge General Jing Yuan to listen to the pleas of the FOXIANs on the Xianzhou Yaoqing.
so, you are here for Hule.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
Hule
that
is locked
werewolf.
up in the Lawfu's Shackling prison. Since he is the broodlord of the Borsen, I want to transfer him onto the Xianzhou Yaoqing and imprison him there. The recent movements of the Borsen suggest they're planning something big, so we must act preemptively.
It makes sense to have the FOXIANs keep an eye on their arch-nemesis. Since you trust my judgment, I'll repay that trust. What do you think about all this, General Huayan?
I was worried this would turn into a heated argument, but it seems like both of you are on the same page, solving each other's problems. I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
And as for Hule, I'll send my lieutenants Zhao Chou and Moza to check on his condition in prison and ready him for transport. If there are no more questions, shall we get this started?
Okay, time to go to prison. Again.
Do you actually believe in the Stellaron Hunter's prophecy?
The Xianzhou's matrix of prescience can also
Huh?
predict the future. Do you believe in its prophecies?
Since when she was that good with that silver tongue?
You're definitely a unique individual, just like Huayan said. I hope you'll walk alongside the Rainbow's path as a friend.
So do I. But I'm curious what element we're gonna be. If we're gonna have Big Hand, I guess we're gonna be Electro? Or maybe Wind?
I'll call
Yeah.
As you wish, General.
Okay. Let's go to prison.
As General Jing Yuan requested, everything
What
is
the-
prepared for your arrival, and I am here to receive you. The judges at the Interrogation Division also know your purpose in coming.
What the? Hello. Okay, we're gonna take just a little break in case I have to close in this episode of part 2. So, see you in a second.